So during the pandemic, one of my biggest challenges was the disconnection. And along this healing journey that I'm on, I've learned it's a lot about connection. It's about community and you beautiful people supporting this incredible fundraiser where people can heal creatively. Anyway, so this is called Walk On Through. The gulls are screaming to be fed. Oh, screaming at each other, each warned of what's theirs. There's a madness in their chatter. is a brand new song. When I see you, I can't call you. Can't past you. And I don't know why I can't see. My eyes are so big, but I can't see through you. Vibrating light, pulsing layers. There's so much more. There's so much more. All that I haven't seen, listen, and a tree still falls. Beyond me. There's so much more. Sometimes I just don't do the split fast enough, and so much space gets lost. And I forget all the time I know that I've been gone if I can't turn around. Awakening my core, my heart. There's so much more. Sensing my body rising to the surface, feeling the experience reach beyond me. I trust my heart. I trust experience. I trust vibrating light, disintegrating darkness. Darkness. And so I cry and I kind of come down after I'm all around and I'm going home. And when I touch the ground, it spins so fast around that I slip and tear the ground up next to you. Who are you? Have a great night. Enjoy all of the art. Bring some home. Make donations. This is where we heal creatively, people.
Well, hello, everyone. Bonsoir tout le monde. What a delight it is to be here with all of you. And sincere thanks to Tina St.John for that lovely pre-event performance, a terrific way to start our evening together. My name is Catherine Clark. I am the co-founder and co-host of the Honest Talk podcast. And I am just thrilled to be here with all of you again this year for the Art of Hope. Welcome. Thank you for being a part of this. I am here because, like all of you, I believe in the remarkable work that Hopewell and Hope's EDS do to support individuals and families in our communities. And I would like to start off this evening with a land acknowledgement. I'd like to acknowledge the land on which we gather in Ottawa because there are a great group of us who are from the Ottawa region on this virtual event tonight. And this is the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people, sacred land upon which we're privileged to live and work. But we also have guests joining us tonight from Southwest Ontario, including London. Welcome to all of you. And of course, that is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Lenape, the Attawandaron, and the Wendat. And it's important, I think, that we start our events by this kind of an acknowledgement as we work towards reconciliation. I also want to note that this event was created in memory of Sian Bolliger, and the funds raised in her honor allow us to offer affordable support services and an art therapy program. We know that art therapy offers a unique therapeutic approach to mental health and eating disorders that are usually not accessible to the public. And the spectacular thing is that with the funds raised from last year's Art of Hope event, which I think many of you were a part of, and it's great to have you back, well, Hopewell was able to double its program offerings, and it is currently organizing 8 art therapy groups, and that reaches 40 individuals. So that's pretty magnificent. They introduced a new yoga therapy group, and through the generosity of individuals, groups, and teams, they also introduced the Creating Space sponsorship that secured 7 spaces for participants in Hopewell's art therapy programming. Additionally, 8 individuals from Hope's Eating Disorder Support were able to access virtual support groups. With your support and your generosity, the funds raised this evening will help further expand the art therapy program and virtual support services this year. So we really do feel tremendous gratitude to all of you who are taking the time, not just out of your schedules, but also showing the commitment to these organizations and to the individuals and families that they serve by being a part of tonight. And we look forward to frankly helping you empty out your wallets in support of these great causes. So tonight's event is about 1 hour and 30 minutes long. And in addition to the fantastic opening performance by Tina St.John, which we just enjoyed, there will be 4 performances between auction blocks. We're going to have a great evening together. And I'm so glad you're here. So to get us started, I want to invite Cynthia York from CHEO to offer an impact statement. And her message will be followed by a few words from organizing committee member Nick Heisler. So let's turn to that now.
Hi, my name is Cynthia York. I'm a psychotherapist. I work in the eating disorders program at the Children's Hospital. Thank you so much for asking me to speak to the role and impact of expressive arts therapies for folks who are in recovery from an eating disorder. I do have a long history with Hopewell that goes back 22 years, actually, because I've been at CHEO since we first started our eating disorder services. And the amazing folks at Hopewell were instrumental in our program getting started and funded and off the ground. And it was my pleasure to work with Hopewell on some prevention work and a support group at one point. So I've always kept an eye on Hopewell to see what they're up to, and I'm always super impressed by all the action that they take. So thank you, Hopewell. I wanted to talk about the impact that art therapy and offering art therapy has, and I can speak to that from my experience at CHEO. I came to CHEO a fresh graduate from a master's in counseling program at Ottawa U, and it was really thrilling because the program at CHEO is just starting. So we were having meetings and talking about, what the evidence was showing for treatment and how we wanted to shape our services. And I spoke up and said, well, we have to have art therapy. And everyone was super supportive of that if I was going to take the lead on it. So it was my pleasure to do that, and to be able to continue to have that in our services across the years has been instrumental, I think, in terms of patient care and engaging youth in recovery. When I think about how to explain the impact that art therapy and a space for art activities has, I think about when I first meet a kid who's coming in for some support. And when someone is struggling with an eating disorder, it's a very dark, lonely, sad time for them. Often they are finding it really hard to trust other people and to feel like they're understood, or that they want to be understood, or that they want to be there, getting to know all these new people. And when I bring them to the art room and they walk in the door, it's always, for me, a thumbs up when they pause walking into the room, and there's a little bit of surprise because they're kind of like, whoa, I didn't know there was a room like this in the hospital, where there were counters with cups of paintbrushes and shelves with sock monkeys patients have made, or a wall of canvases that kids have painted. And it's an actual literal opening of a door for someone, where it's, okay, things are kind of interesting around here, and I might like to try this out and find out a little bit more about this. There's paint on the tables. Kids have created all sorts of things that are around the room, and there's posters from artists, and usually there's music playing. So the environment in and of itself helps with someone's nervous system, to help them kind of settle a little bit. And then when we're doing projects, either together or in a group, or if someone's kind of hanging out and working on something, there's a relaxed, natural flow that happens that helps you establish a connection with someone, whether you're passing the thread, or, oh, how'd you get that color of paint mixed, or, oh, that's kind of neat, can you show me how to do that? There's just that collaborative kind of experience that happens, and that is something that is hard. It's so easy to accomplish with these activities and in that context, but is really hard to get in just a straight back and forth conversation. So to me, it's always been really magical, because it translates into other times in their services where I'm there to help them with difficult things, or to talk about difficult things. But we have that foundation, so we can go to those harder places when the time comes. There's so many amazing benefits and positive impacts to art therapy, and there's lots of great books and articles and research out now around that. I think as a clinician, I love the engagement with the kids. I love the process of seeing them become more confident, experimenting, making decisions, trying new things, having feelings come up and finding ways of exploring them and talking about them and experiencing them. All of those things are absolutely amazing. And so is seeing their imagination and their creativity be either reawakened or given the space and the opportunity to come out. And I love it when I see them on their own, like picking up a canvas and some paints or wanting something to take home to work on, or coming back after a weekend and saying, yeah, I made, we did a lot of sewing when I was with Sian. And so that's why I keep thinking about this, but I made sock monkeys over the weekend. And, I love that because it means that they are turning to that instead of, and just turning from their illness for that period of time is amazing. And, again, with Sian, I did work with her, and I so enjoyed it. And she and I got along very, very well. We had a lot in common, and she was such a fun, cool kid. And, something that was thrilling for me was that she would continue to show up with items that she had made. We were making sock monkeys and sock creatures, and actually sharing them as acts of kindness. So I took some to Ronald McDonald House, and I had sent some to another organization. It's called Operation Sock Monkey, and actually even another kid took a few, including some from Sian, and brought them to an orphanage in Africa. And so that ripple effect of that creativity, kind of being spread out there as an act of kindness and a gesture, from someone and from a group of people is really powerful, and it says a lot. I so enjoyed working with her and getting to know her, and she really touched my heart, and I'm grateful that I had that opportunity. So thank you so much to Hopewell. I hope everyone takes a bit of time to try out and do something creative and maybe incorporate that into your weekly schedule. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Thanks.
Whoa, stop, whoa. Thought I'd just roll in for the Hopewell event. Good evening. As the volunteer president and chair of the Hopewell Eating Disorder Support Center board, I'd like to welcome you to our third Hopewell Art of Hope. Thank you for joining us tonight and offering your financial support for Hopewell's art therapy support programming. On one of our committee calls the other day, I heard a great phrase that to me describes exactly what these programs are all about. Creative coping, or as my wife Tina, whose beautiful music opened the show tonight, says, creative healing. The programming that tonight's event help funds, The Art of Hope, provides people who are in recovery with a way to creatively heal while living with an eating disorder. The calculus is pretty simple. Every $500 raised provides one more seat in our 6 to 8 session programs for an individual who desperately needs support. These programs are always in demand. There is always a waiting list, no matter how many seats we offer. You can be confident that your contribution provides a real tangible benefit to individuals in our community. For some of the artists featured in tonight's show, the act of creating art or music or being involved in kinetic movement helps them cope day to day with living with their eating disorder. So please be generous. Thank you.
Well, thank you to Cynthia. Thank you to Nick for reminding us about why it is so important that we support Hopewell and Hope CDS. And I want to note that, unfortunately, Cynthia O'Neill from Hope's in London, who is hoping to be a part of this event too, while It's a pandemic, and she fell ill with COVID, and she unfortunately is unable to provide her welcome personally. But she did ask that I wish everyone a good evening and thank you for your ongoing support. And in turn, I know that we're all wishing Cynthia a very speedy and fulsome recovery. Now, we are very fortunate to have the support of two remarkable event sponsors this evening. The wonderful people at Bell Let's Talk are our entertainment sponsor, and the good folks of Summa Strategies are our auction sponsor. We are so grateful to them for their support, which allows us to put on a great event for everyone to enjoy while raising money that makes a real difference in people's lives. Once again this year, we have the Creating Space sponsorship, which I spoke about just a few moments ago. And the idea behind this sponsorship is that for $500, individuals, groups, or teams can sponsor space for one more participant in Hopewell's art therapy programming. So that's again by making a $500 donation. In the name of your choice, it can be anonymous. We currently have 4 anonymous Creating Space sponsors. Thank you so much to those anonymous sponsors for their generosity. And there is still room for more. We are accepting more donations towards this program tonight if you are so inclined, and of course throughout the year as well. But tonight, let's see if we can surpass last year's 7 spaces. We're already at 4. I know we can do this. I'm counting on you. It's $500 each for a sponsorship. I know that there are people out there who have the willingness and the commitment to make this difference for others. And I thank you in advance for giving this some thought and hopefully for making the donation tonight so we can get above 7 by the end of the evening. And now it's time to introduce the art auction. We have a total of 14 unique art pieces available for auction tonight, and an additional 33 pieces available for purchase at the art shop. That includes paintings, cross stitch, photography, and a quilt, just to name a few. Many of the artists either made a full donation of their item or it's a shared revenue model tonight. So it's really pretty impressive. Everyone knows that most artists don't go into business to make a pile of money. They do it for the love of creating. And so the fact that the artists tonight are really supporting us so profoundly is moving and just wonderful to see. So big thank you to them. Bids and purchases can be made at 32auctions.com/Hopewell. I know that'll be on the screen throughout the evening, but I'll just say it again so you have it. It's 32auctions.com/Hopewell. And you're going to have until 8:30 tonight to place your bids on the live auction pieces. And fear not, you have until Monday, May 2nd at 9 p.m. to purchase items in the art shop. So bid early, bid often, open up your wallets, let the good times roll. We can do this together. And now let's take a sneak peek at the first 5 pieces up for auction so that you know what you're opening up your wallets for. This is going to be followed by a performance by local fancy dancer Amy Bain. I know you can feel your wallets already moving, your credit cards dancing, and let's turn right now to see what you might be bidding on.
Sunrise is an expression of hope of a new day. Painting is an expression of an emotion for me. As an artist, I use paint to tell the story of hope and joy within a world that can often be difficult to navigate. It is my hope that by creating works of art for others to experience, it is one small way for me to contribute to the wellness of others. I fell in love with quilting when I made my first quilt to mark the birth of my daughter over 40 years ago. The quilt was very primitive, but it was, and still is, much loved. I am, for the most part, self-taught, and through much trial and error, I experimented with various methods and styles of quilting. My perseverance finally paid off, and my quilts have been exhibitioned and have won multiple awards and honors locally, nationally, and in the USA. I retired in 2006 after a 33-year career at the Library of Parliament. At that time, my employee pass allowed me access to all the parliamentary buildings, and what I saw inspired some of my quilts. My sesquicentennial project, Parliamentary Album Quilt, was completed over a 3-year period. It consists of 13 original designs, all inspired by the parliamentary buildings and the wrought iron fences on Parliament Hill. This year's submission to the Art of Hope, Stone Urn, was inspired by a stone carving at the top of the former Bank of Montreal building, now the Sir John A. Macdonald building, at the corner of Wellington and O'Connor Streets. It is a prototype for a quilt pattern commissioned by the Parliament Hill Boutique.
Boats on the Bay, a painting by Jill Lougheed. Those boats on the bay, to me, to you, what do they say? An adventure to come? A sail to be raised? Great hopes for steady winds to guide through the day? Do the kayaks lie in wait for their paddles and crew? A colorful vessel for one, maybe two? Will the winds be too strong? Will the currents make a threat? Will the sun warm your spirits? Will there be no regret? Or is the day done? The boats have been moored, sails tucked away, and paddles are stored. The challenge well met and spirits restored, an adventure revealed, fears long lost or ignored. The day now a sweet song of memory and feel, a precious tapestry aligned with the kayak's straight keel. Now left with thoughts, possibilities, challenges, and more, of trips yet to take, the thrill of what may be in store. The boats, like a plan, drift this way, then that, in the wind and the wake, their moorings intact. And neatly stacked kayaks lie calmly in wait for that day, that adventure, to dream and to take.
In regards to the painting, people often think that frogs are vulnerable, and roosters love dining on frogs. Therefore, I gave the frog a red color to turn it into a poisonous frog, a fact the bird is well aware of. At first glance, a frog is standing on the plate, facing the rooster, whilst the rooster walks away from the frog. What are the hidden meanings here? This simple image serves as a reflection of our own society, that looks can be deceiving. The dignified appearance of the frog, who stays stoic in the face of larger adversity, draws a parallel between their lives and our own. Corinne Blouin is a francophone, multidisciplinary artist and creative process guide living on the unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe Nation. Through art making, she questions the intricate relationships between human emotion and the energetic body in order to create a deeper understanding of her personal narratives and inner worlds. She explores subtle worlds of dream states, physical emotional transformations, and organic states of being to create otherworldly paintings, illustrations, murals, installations, and shapes through the unique perspectives of those interacting in her works. Corinne has a diploma in graphic design, as well as certifications in Hatha Yoga, Reiki, and holistic sound healing. She loves to guide others in finding their own authentic creative expressions through these modalities, and facilitated various group workshops and supported others one-to-one since 2018.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandy McDonald, and I am the Regional Director of Community Affairs for BAL. We are so thrilled to once again be sponsoring this great event and supporting Hopewell. Through our BAL Let's Talk Mental Health initiative, we talk a lot about self-care as a means of taking care of our overall mental wellness. What better way to do that than by connecting, even virtually, and enjoying an evening of arts and culture, all while supporting a great cause. As this evening's entertainment sponsor, it is now my pleasure to introduce our first entertainer of the evening, a fancy dancer, rising star from Ottawa, Amy Bain. Enjoy, and don't forget to keep placing lots and lots of bids on all the fabulous art.
Hello, my name is Amy Bain, and I'd like to recognize that we are on unceded and unsurrendered Algonquin territory. I am super excited to be here to dance in support of the Hopewell Eating Disorder Support Community. Hopewell helps people like my Kokum with their recovery, and I'll be dancing to the music of the Blackberry.
Amy, that was just fantastic. Thank you for being with us tonight. What a beautiful performance. And weren't those some terrific works of art in our first block of the auction? There is so much talent in our communities. It is beautiful and meaningful to have the artists themselves describing their work to us too. It's a really lovely feature. Now, I think we may have had a tiny technical glitch, so I'm not sure that the auction link came up. And of course, I don't want to have anything stand in the way of parting you with your hard-earned cash. So let me say it again. The auction link is 32auctions.com/Hopewell. 32, and that's 32auctions.com/Hopewell. We're already at just about 30% of what we hope to raise tonight. So great job, all of you. Let's keep that number climbing. Let's knock this one right out of the park. Some of you may not know that Hopewell is the only organization providing eating disorder support across the Eastern Ontario region. And we know that there has been a real increase in need for the types of support Hopewell offers throughout the pandemic. This is an incredibly important organization. It's providing an essential service to so many individuals and their families. And I know that every dollar you spend or donate tonight is going to a wonderful cause. In fact, many of you joining us tonight know personally that the services of Hopewell and its partners are actually life-saving. Well, I think that on that note, it is the perfect time to get to our next block of auction items. And in case you're just tuning in now, a reminder that all of the proceeds from this auction are going to fund eating disorder support services and the art therapy program. And of course, all donations will receive a tax receipt. Don't forget to place your bids at 32auctions.com/Hopewell before 8:30 p.m. And now here's our second set of auction items.
This highly textured acrylic entitled Field of Hope was created by local artist Joanne Dathan, who has become dedicated to now creating artwork for the sole purpose of giving back to others. In this piece, she wanted to give the viewer a sense of serenity, to think that each of these delicate flowers has had to overcome various and often harsh elements of nature to create a beautiful field of color. As in nature, the challenges we each face in life can make us stronger, and when we stand together, we're all truly beautiful. Mireille Laroche is an Ottawa-based artist who paints to transform herself and the world around her. Through various mediums and styles, her painting shares emotions, stories, and discoveries that accompany through her journey. A senior executive in the federal service by day, she is committed to paying it forward and helping others through her art. That is why she donates a portion of each sale to a local charity. This is the second year that she has donated a painting to Hopewell. Spring's Sun captures light that emerges in the spring, while its texture and design reminds us of nature through its resemblance of birch bark.
Good evening. My online art name is Chris Jane, and I have provided 2 paintings for Hopewell's 3rd annual Art of Hope fundraiser. Tonight, included in the live auction is Sunset Glow, which was painted in acrylic on a 12-inch by 12-inch birchwood gallery panel. I'm always inspired by brilliant sunsets and the movement of clouds. I enjoy painting boldly and taking risks with color. I'm a current member of the Ottawa West Art Association, and I currently have 3 paintings exhibited featuring spring blooms. I can be found on Instagram at chrisjaneart or my website, which is chrisjane.art. Recently, Sunset Glow inspired New York-based composer and pianist Margin Alexander, and he composed a song dedicated to my painting for a live viewing event. I hope you enjoy my work, and I'm happy to contribute to Hopewell's fundraiser. Please also view the online store, which features another of my paintings inspired by an evening in Carleton Place. Happy bidding!
My name is Christina Bromley. I enjoy keeping my hands busy, so a cross-stitch pattern seemed like the perfect thing to contribute to such an important event like Hopewell's Art of Hope. This cross-stitch is entitled Starry Night Mountains. The peaceful mountain scene measures at 8 inches by 8 inches and took over 150 hours to complete. I am a mainly self-taught, multidisciplinary visual artist from Ottawa, Ontario. My works are varied as I tend to follow along where inspiration takes me. When creating my pieces, I am heavily inspired by nature as well as events in my life. Both my daughters and I have struggled and were affected at some point in our lives by eating disorders, anxiety, and depression. It was a long road to recovery and healing, together as a family. My piece was inspired by that road. Sometimes we feel like we're going around in circles, not making progress, but we kept swimming. We persevered and we got there. Just keep swimming.
Hi, everybody. We're a band called Headlong Hearts from Vancouver, Canada. We were asked to play a couple of songs for the Hopewell Eating Disorder Support Center, the fundraiser for your art therapy program. Thank you so much for having us. You can find out more about our band and what we're up to at headlonghearts.com, and have a great event. Thank you so much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you headed south maybe 2 weeks ago. And how is it that you know which way to go? Do you follow the sun or some magnetic field, or some line that the ice drew deep in the shield? Tired bird on your way from Great Slave Lake down to Galveston Bay. Tired bird, say hello to all those places that I'll never go. Catch the wind, fly sure, tired bird. Well, I saw you land with a droop in your wing in our old green ash of 10,000 swings, and you stayed the night, rest and recharge, avoided the owl, maybe someone stood guard. Tired bird on your way from Great Slave Lake down to Galveston Bay. Tired bird, say hello to all those places that I'll never go. Catch the wind, fly sure, tired bird. Just at dawn, saw you take to the sky. The sun on your left, you'll beat strong, you'll lift high. And I worked it out by the end of today. You get over those hills, you'll be almost halfway. Tired bird on your way from Great Slave Lake down to Galveston Bay. Tired bird, say hello to all those places that I'll never go. Catch the wind, fly sure, tired bird on your way from Great Slave Lake down a Galveston Bay, tired bird. Say hello to all those places that I'll never go. Catch the wind, flash your tired bird. This next song is called Katrine. It's going to be on our debut album, What We Call Forever, coming out in spring 2022. 1, 2. Katrine, Katrine, what do you mean? It's over for you, you say. Katrine, Katrine, can we change the scene? Can we make it a 2-act play? First it was just in the air, now you say it's beyond repair. Like the buck to the billionaire, all I want is you. Katrine, I was nowhere to be seen. It's late, now I realize. I thought we were back in the light from the black. Not so, I see in your eyes. First it was just in the air, now you say it's beyond repair. Like the buck to the billionaire, all I want is you. They all compare. Give me one more chance, one more advance. Let's build something we can share. First it was just in the air, now you say it's beyond repair. Like the buck to the billionaire, all I want is you. Maybe we could go back in time, start again at the starting line. I could be more genuine, make it up to you. Katrine, Katrine, what do you mean? It's over for you, you say.
Isn't all of this art amazing? And it was all donated in full or in part by local artists. And that just gives us a glimpse of the diversity and quality of the artworks being created in our communities. And it also shows the strength and generosity of those same communities in supporting Hopewell and Hope CDS. We really are so grateful for all that they're doing for us. And now we're in for a treat. We have a fantastic performance ahead by the Headlong Hearts, a Vancouver-based roots band composed of 5 veterans of the West Coast music scene. We are thrilled to have them with us tonight. Let's give it up for the Headlong Hearts.
My name is Tara Vaskovich. One of my favorite art forms is photography, especially when my subjects are animals. While it is often harder to convince them to cooperate, when you are able to capture the right photo, it is always worth it. This photo, entitled Serenity, is printed on wood and was taken at Omega Park during a snowstorm. Most of the elk were hiding or looking for carrots, while this little one sat with the open land behind him engulfed in the snow. He looked so peaceful and serene as he blocked out everything happening around him. Truly a lesson we can all benefit from.
Hi, my name is Olivia Renault. I am 13 years old and I've always loved making art. I like exploring new techniques and mediums. I'm very happy to be able to participate in this fundraiser. If you'd like to see more of my pieces, you can visit Ollie Art on Facebook. Picnic is a hand-sewed tote bag made from recycled materials.
Hi, this is Tammy. I'd like to introduce my work. This project is called Experimental House. And what I was exploring here were some of the themes of three-dimensional spaces in units and replicating them over and over again and seeing what emerges out of them spatially and visually. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tina St.John, and this painting, Movement in the World, is acrylic on 1/4-inch maple plywood, comes mounted on a wooden frame ready for hanging. I began my creative journey in art therapy while healing from a lifelong eating disorder and complex PTSD. I'm an intuitive artist. My paintings take me to landscapes in the fairylands, where within I create space to heal. My creations represent a connection with my deepest self and the esoteric world of which we are connected to. I believe that art and music has the capacity for self-healing and connecting us to ourselves in ways beyond words. To explore my art and music, please visit me on Facebook and Instagram at Tina St. John. Enjoy the night.
Good evening, Art of Hope organizers and attendees. My name is Saidet, and I'm so excited to be part of the Art of Hope fundraiser tonight. How is everyone doing tonight? Well, I know that each one of you are here for a reason, and as you're here to support or to give or to find that support, I want you to celebrate yourself because we are all on a journey. And you know what? Sometimes we need more support than other times, but as we receive that support, it strengthens us to be able to bring someone else in and help them along their journey. So wherever you are in your journey tonight, I want you to put your shoulders back, lift your chin up and say, I am here. I am needed in the world. I am valued. I am loved. And yes, you are loved. And tonight, as you are finding ways to support your community, I want you to think of the things that we can do to support each other every day. And there is that hope to be able to see a brighter future, a brighter tomorrow, a brighter way in our journey. And so I want you to find the hope tonight. And I also want you to find that hope every day of your life. Because, you know, life sometimes feels so frustrating and so overwhelming that we cannot find that hope. But you know what? That's why we have community, because there are so many people who can bring that hope to us when we need it most. So everyone, let's talk about this thing called life. The price, the games, the rules. Sometimes you got to get up and fight the lies that try to bind your mind to the why, that disappointment in life. Now, that look on your eye may show the heartache you face being chased by the lie that your life is a waste of time, but really time just changes things. So see the hope, because you can see these things, because things and people can let you down. Don't let it get you down. You got to stand your ground. Tears sometimes rolling down your face. Come on and face those fears. You got to win this race, because I know or may not know what you're going through, but come on, let me put my arm around you, console you, let me support you. And listen, while you're going through, I want to tell you that there is hope. So let's continue to move through. And tonight, I want you to celebrate yourself. So I'm not going to let you just look at me and let me entertain you. I would like you to be part of it, because this is all a part of this. Our fundraiser tonight is bringing hope, bringing support, and the community together. So I thought, all the way from London, Ontario, that we can bring all of our communities together. Are you ready to try? Okay, I got a song that you may or may not know, but maybe by the end, you'll be able to just move or sing with me. Are you ready to try it? I think I heard you say yes. All right, let's celebrate you tonight. All right, does anyone recognize the tune yet? Let's try it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrows, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Let's call on each other when we need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. We just might have a problem that someone understands. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So call on each other when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till we're gonna need somebody to lean on. So let's bring the hope to everyone, that help and support for everyone. Call me, lean on me. Oh my goodness! You are needed. You are valued, and you are loved. I want you to continue to celebrate yourself as you are supporting the fundraiser tonight. Remember that when we choose hope, anything is possible. Christopher Reeve said that, and I absolutely love that quote, so I'm passing it on to you. When we choose hope, anything is possible. You make a difference in the world. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh, big thanks to the wonderful Saidat Abari who just performed. She is a trailblazer. She's the first Black Canadian female children's entertainer, speaker, community leader, and artistic director. And we were thrilled to have her here. Really such a wonderful thing to be able to see performers from across the country, which we have tonight, people who are just doing such amazing creative stuff in their own backyards, and tonight bringing it to our backyards so that we can learn about their talent. Really great. And my bad, I had a little mix up before we launched right into our other performance by the Headlong Hearts. Thank you to them as well. They were fantastic. They had us rocking. And while we're still on the topic of music, I do have a special announcement. It's some exciting news. I am told that Hopewell will be holding a raffle soon for some exclusive Blues Fest VIP passes. The details are still being worked out, so watch for the announcement in the coming weeks. For those of you in the Ottawa area, you'll know that Blues Fest is one of our premier musical summer events, which brings in huge names to the nation's capital. For those of you outside of Ottawa, well, this is the perfect opportunity to come visit our amazing city. So stay tuned on our social for updates, and perhaps you'll be able to attend Blues Fest and support Hopewell and Hope CDS at the same time. And what a terrific night it has been so far. This event goes to support the many wonderful art programs at Hopewell Of course, we've talked about them already this evening. That includes art therapy, yoga for eating disorder recovery, and dance movement therapy. And this is your last call to place your bids. All live auction items will close at 8:30 p.m. It goes to the highest bidder, so be sure to keep bidding. Make sure you get that last bid in there. Not only will you take home a beautiful work of art, but you'll be making a difference in the life of someone who really needs it. Of course, the art shop will stay open until Monday, May 2nd at 9 p.m. So you have a bit more time there. And we hope you'll feel free to invite friends and colleagues to check out our art shop too. Once again, the link for that is 32auctions.com/Hopewell. I also want to note that Hopewell and Hopes EDS are always looking for good people to get involved. We would be so grateful if you would please consider volunteering or donating. And to get more information, all you need to do is go to our websites for more information. For Hopewell, that's hopewell.ca, or for Hopes EDS, that's hopeseds.org. Thank you so much to everyone for watching and for participating in our annual Art of Hope event. It's a really special event, and it is doing incredibly important work. Special thanks to the task force team of Maris, Cynthia, Kelly, Jeff, Nick, and Amira who planned this incredible event. Thank you to all the volunteers who helped make this event a reality, and to all the artists who contributed art pieces for the show, and to the performers who helped make this evening so wonderful and so memorable and so entertaining. And of course, a huge thank you to Sian's family for their incredible kindness and strength, and to all of you for your participation and generosity. Which brings me to my last introduction of the evening, a performance by the Burning Hell, who will serenade us as we consider our last opportunity to bid on the live art. Let's get to that now.
Hi everybody, this is Matthias and Ariel, and we play in a band called The Burning Hell, based out on Prince Edward Island.
That's right, and we are thrilled to have been asked to give the closing performance for Hopewell Eating Disorder Support Center's third Art of Hope event in support of art, movement, and of course, music therapy.
And tonight's event has been dealing with a serious topic, but we hope that you've had a great time and maybe even scored that piece of art you had your eye on, but most importantly, that you had fun. We're going to play you a few songs now, starting with a really old one of ours that I'd like to dedicate to all the artists that participated. Buildings and the pavement and the malls. I love the factories, I love the rubber balls. I love the ukuleles and the sound of spinning tape. I love the things that people make. I love the tricycles, I love the synagogues. I love the Lego and I love the Lincoln Logs. I love the fishing lures and I love the plumber's stakes. I love the things that people make. I love the Ginsu knives, I love the garden gnomes. I love the way that people decorate their homes. I love the ovens and the casseroles they bake. I love the things that people make, and I love the bowling balls, and I love the little wind-up teeth. I love the manhole covers, and I love the Christmas wreaths. I love the backyard goldfish ponds, and I love the artificial lakes. I love the things that people make. 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 And from an old song, maybe we'll go to a brand new one. This is a single that just came out from our new record, Garbage Island. And it's a true story, actually, kind of a true story. You might remember a few years back, there was an article in some of the papers around the world about a gannet, the big seabird, a gannet named Nigel. This sounds like I'm making it up, but this is true. Nigel was a gannet who lived off the coast of New Zealand on a small uninhabited island where a group of ornithologists got together and decided that they wanted to attract a new colony of gannets to the island by building a series of concrete gannet sculptures. And this is a brilliant idea, but only one gannet arrived, and they named him Nigel, and he lived there for years. Quite happily, although, how do you tell if a gannet's happy, I guess, but he even kind of chose one of these concrete gannet statues as a mate, and so this is a song dedicated to him. They've all been making plans for Nigel. By they, I mean the ornithologists. They live in houses made of bricks and glass. Nigel lives alone at the edge of a cliff. The bird banders fill binders and books with his biography. They note his habits and record his squawks on dictaphones. Meanwhile, Nigel wonders, why don't they ever ask me? I could tell them there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. The scientists published papers and secured some grants to repopulate Nigel's future neighborhood. With a concrete caster named Carl, they concocted a plan. But they couldn't have predicted Nigel's commitment to bachelorhood. Called to the concrete colony by cassette. Nigel noticed the other birds didn't fly or flap around. He remembered an old French peacock had told him, hell is other birds. He thought, well, this is just the kind of place I'd like to settle down. Nigel, he felt badly for the dumb scientists. Himself, he was no bird brain, and his heart was huge. So he chose a concrete mate, and he built her a nest. He figured it was what they wanted him to do. Nigel did most of the talking, but he was used to that. Usually they just sat there and stared out to sea. When he died, Carl carved Nigel's tiny tombstone's epitaph. Here lies Nigel the gannet, alone but never lonely. That's the true story of Nigel the gannet. And we want to finish off maybe with a sing-along. I know that we're on a screen and you're on the other side of a screen. That doesn't mean we can't do a sing-along. The only words you need to know is love. It's in the key of C if you have a harmonica with you or anything else. And we're just going to sing the word love over and over again, basically. That's how it goes, like this. Love. You got that? All right, let's practice together. 1, 2, 3, sing it at home. Love. It's like a hurricane. It happens in Florida. It gets into everything. And now you again. Love. It's like a monster truck. It fills up whole stadiums, but it crushes smaller trucks. Love. It's like a marmoset. It may be small and cute, but sometimes it eats its young. Love. It's like a trailer park, ugly but functional. The rent is cheap enough. Love. It's like an interstate. It gets you from place to place, but it's littered with dead raccoons. Love. It's like a newborn child, interesting when it's young, gets pedestrian after a while. Love. It's like a hurricane. It happens in Florida, and it destroys everything. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
We've been Ariel and Matthias of The Burning Hell, and you can find us on the internet at theburnинghell.com.
Have a wonderful night.